Hello, welcome ladies and gentlemen, I'm Juggernaut, and first of all, let me wish you a very Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Bestus Festivus for the rest of us, and all those other pleasant things. It's not much of a year, or it hasn't been, rather, much of a year, has it? And I think it at the end of it, chronologically speaking, the end of it, but also metaphorically, it's good to take account of sort of the semi-pleasant and nice things that have happened, and, we got through it the way we did, with everything that's been going on, mostly in terms of governmental oppressive laws, and then, that's primary and secondary being everything else. At least that's my sort of take on the whole year, not that it really matters. I want to do this video to, obviously, wish you a Happy New Year, Merry Christmas and all that, and also to do a little bit of a channel update. Again, the background is World of Tanks. I want to throw this video together really quickly, so I'll just do like 1 or 2 live battles, and then we'll move on with our lives, I suppose. Haven't had much time to record, though I've been uploading semi-regularly. I had a bit of a backlog for Stalker, and the reason for that is, I have a job now. Well, no, that's not the reason for it. I mean, it's one small part of the reason for it. The big part of the sort of the main reason for it, rather, the biggest part, is I'm writing academic papers. Yeah, 4 of them. Scientific academic research papers. Oh dear Lord in heaven, why did I do this to myself? Well, voluntarily, I chose to do it, chose to, how should we put it, advance my academic career, get a master's degree, and then later probably get a PhD too, so stuff like that takes time, right? But it is at least fun, and it is something that I will be able to, in some capacity, share with you, because one of my research papers is on The Witcher. The TV show, the video game Witcher 1, and the book. Well, the books, but I'm going to be specifically focusing on The Blood of Elves. That doesn't make a lot of sense, Juggernaut, isn't it? That the prequels, The Last Wish and all those short stories, aren't those the primary thing that the TV show is based off? And then the game, well, actually the game's the sequel to everything, to all the books. The games, all 3 of them, happen afterwards, and they're a cool little sort of what-if scenario. The books, their chronology is kind of complicated as well, so either way, let's not think about stuff like this too long. I'm going to be writing a research paper on that, and it's going to be hopefully pretty darn entertaining to write, to research, to talk about later eventually. Quite looking forward to it. Other than that, I have a few less so nerdy and exciting things, but anyways, they have to be done either way, so yeah. What about the channel itself, though? As they say, enough about me. What about... that was stupid. What about me? Well, obviously, I will continue the Mass Effect series, playing all the way to Mass Effect 3. I will continue the Stalker series, though not for very much longer. I feel like I should complete the main storyline. That's probably the most exciting and most interesting part of the Anomaly experience, especially for newer players, especially for Iron Man, because damn, some of the quests are hard. Do the sort of unique locations, and then when I'm done with that, probably might want to move on to something else. What else exactly, I shall see, though I'm having a lot of fun with the series, obviously, and it's doing really well, like really, really well in terms of viewership, so I'm not exactly keen on ending it anytime soon, but, nothing lasts forever. After that, there are a couple of things I want to do. There are a couple of games I'm playing now that I find very interesting, one of which is... I'm going to die here, aren't I? One of which is Project Zomboid. Now, that got finally released into... I think the version is 41.65 currently, but point being, it's actually released now. It's no longer a beta of any description, it's just straight up released, so definitely wanted to play that. I tend to play with a lot of mods, though, and I tend to play a very modded and very unique and special kind of experience. And by that I mean usually on high population with no respawning and with resources generally more or less abundant. Like, I wouldn't go below rare, I would go to normal. Most YouTube Let's Players play on like the hardest settings because that's challenging and fair enough, but I like a more immersive experience. Shocking, I know, for me especially, right? I like immersion, yes. Sure you never expected to hear that from me. You know, all irony and sarcasm aside, though. Oh, that was dumb. And I reacted even more dumb. Well, I mean, we won the battle. I have 3,000 damage. I'm pretty happy. I just want to get rid of this badger if at all possible. I think I will. I just need to be patient. Alright, other than that, so like, yeah, I really wanted to give a shot to give Project Zomboid a shot on the channel to see how that would do. But I also was told that I should play Crusader Kings 3, and I did play it a little bit, just a little bit. I played a couple of hours of it, and it was fun. It was genuinely pretty darn fun. So, yeah. Possibly the two series that are coming next after all of this is done, but like I said, Mass Effect is going to take months to finish, and that's good. I wanted it to take months, I was prepared for it to take months, so yeah, none of that is particularly surprising. All is as it should be, etc., etc. So yeah, anyways, how have you people been doing? The channel has had a kind of an explosion in popularity, mostly because of the... Actually, I don't know why. I think a large part of that is because of that entire viral, well, semi-viral / very pushed by the algorithm short I've done, and I've done a couple of other ones, and they're generally doing awesome. So yeah, it's like, I feel kind of guilty recording them because it's 60 seconds of non-content, right? It's just something that's a little bit dumb, unique, and weird that you record in 60 seconds. It's not exactly, you know, anything you put real effort into, and yet it does so bloody well because the algorithm pushes it and, you know, lets people discover your channel. So I suppose that's cool. So that's kind of why I make them, but I try not to spam them too much. I know the meta now on Facebook is to make as many shorts and community posts as you can. I don't like that. It annoys more people than actually it actually interests. So not really my thing. Either way, though, I also have a job. I sort of mentioned it. I teach English to masters and fourth-year level students at university, which sounds like a highly respectable and responsible job, but it's not really, because it's a non-obligatory course. They get a certificate. I vouch for the certificate at the end. It is a lot of responsibility, of course. Fair enough, it is. But at the same time, it's not a proper, well-paying job. I do like an hour and a half of work. Or no, actually, I do 3 hours of work a week, basically. 2 1.5-hour classes, and yeah, it takes about an hour and a half to 2 hours to prepare for one, get the material ready and everything, but you know, it's really not work. You just go online and you have a chat with them and you explain them stuff, and you know, it is some work, but it's genuinely not a real kind of job. I do need to get to actually, I need to actually have a job and actually go to work and do something within my field in order to get my master's degree. So there's a month of basically internship that you have to do. Mostly it's for free, but it is 8 hours a day for a month. So that's going to be one hell of a nightmare to fit into an actual schedule. Luckily, that happens after all the exams, after all the lectures, so it's work and YouTube at that point. And after I'm done with work, I'll write my master's thesis, hopefully. That should all go fine, but as far as the channel is concerned, I really want to go back to that. That's kind of the entire main point and reason why I'm mentioning this. As far as the channel is concerned, that's all, you know, it's there, it's a challenge that we have to sort of juggle all the time together, but I think that shouldn't impact the channel too much. Semi-regular uploads every day, every other day like this. Sometimes one series tends to take over, like I'll upload 3 or 4 videos of Stalker and then 1 of Mass Effect. It's basically, it just depends on how much I recorded of what. Sometimes something is easier to record, sometimes it's harder. The last, like, 6 episodes of Stalker were very easy to record, because you just record them one after the other. And then I had a problem with the game. It kept crashing, it kept, you know, there were all sorts of problems with it, so yeah, like, you know, it took like 4 or 5 hours to record a 20-minute video. Because of the game problems, it crashed, I got stuck at one point, and it's really hard to get unstuck in Iron Man. It's it's problematic. Either way, tell you something I'm completely shocked by. I still haven't died in Anomaly. This is my longest run ever without dying. And I find it genuinely shocking. I expected to at least have, I don't know, I mean, a number of my deaths, a good number of my deaths when I played before was me just walking into anomalies and being stupid. Now, I understand I don't do that anymore because I'm terrified of dying, and that's one good reason. I'm also a lot more careful in, you know, with where I go, with the equipment I prepare, with all that stuff. Yeah, of course. But at the same time, like, I've been exceptionally lucky, and I feel like I haven't emphasized this enough throughout the Let's Play. I haven't been jumped by a Chimera. I haven't been jumped by a controller too often. There was the scripted one that I killed. I think there was one more that I killed near the beginning. But that's it. Like, I haven't faced anything too troublesome. There was a cat that nearly got me. Fair enough. And there was... what was the situation? Oh yeah, I nearly died off camera once. And this is like behind-the-scenes stuff that I didn't really want to share, but here we are. I nearly died once behind camera and I was running from A to B because the game just literally in front of me spawned like 10 of those boars or something, and they all wanted a piece of me. Yeah, it was kind of weird. I'm pretty sure the exclusion zone that I've specifically set up to prevent stuff like that is bigger than 10 meters. It should be, matter of fact, over 100 meters, but yeah, it's like it didn't work for that particular instance. So I Alt F4'd, loaded back into the previous thing, and I escaped death that way. Could I have survived? Honestly, I don't think so, because they knocked my gun out of my hands, and I was down to the pistol, and yeah, I didn't want to risk it. Plus, I'm more afraid of dying off camera and then having to explain it than actually dying, so yeah. Either way, that was the one sort of close call. Other than that, like, I've been exceptionally lucky, and I bloody love it. So yeah, Stalker's been really kind to me. I've been really enjoying it. Not as much as when I initially played it, because a lot of the excitement is gone. I try and mask it in the actual series. Try and, like, pretend like everything is new and exciting, because for the character it is. For me, it's not. I've seen most of the things. However, there are a couple of places that I've never been to. And we're about to... I haven't recorded those videos yet. We're about to go there, and that excites me significantly. That is definitely something I can't wait to do. To sort of rediscover that fresh feel of the zone and everything happening inside it. You know, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what's around the next corner. For most of the maps, I know exactly what to expect. I know exactly what's coming. So, yeah. Talking about mostly the quests, but aside from those as well, certain spawns are predictable. Either way, Stalker's great. You should definitely play it. Mass Effect is also fun. Enjoy it quite a bit. Oof, that was stupid. Either way, also been having a lot of fun with World of Tanks, gotta admit. You will remember some of the Actually, probably most of you won't, because this was way before I gained like a couple of thousand subscribers overnight. Well, virtually overnight, over the course of like a couple of weeks. So some of you, the older guys here, the ones that have been here for longer, might remember that I did the marathon. One of the more difficult marathons in World of Tanks, as a free-to-play player, and I finished the marathon, and then I completely got burnt out, because marathon just entails that you have to play a certain number of hours every day. It's not that hard, but it's also not easy when you have a job, when you have responsibilities, when you have uni, when you have to do content for YouTube, well, have to, you know what I mean? It's not easy, and it burnt me out completely. Like, I hated the game. Well, no, I didn't hate the game. I think that's the problem. I didn't hate the game, I was just completely indifferent. Like, I would get a score of, I don't know, 2,000 damage, 3,000 damage in a lower tier vehicle, and that is a phenomenal score. I would hit pixel shots, and I just wouldn't feel anything. Like, I wouldn't feel anything. I would be like, alright, yeah, next battle. I would die quickly early on, not get much of a result. I'd be frustrated. That's not the kind of mindset you want to play this game with. That's not the kind of mindset you want to play any game with. So, yeah, it definitely. Ooh, that was clutch for the Mark of Excellence. I'm trying to mark this tank, by the way. Well on my way to doing it. Either way, another really good battle, especially for this tank, which the average performance by players in general in this thing is abysmal for some reason. I bloody love it, I don't know why. Either way, yeah, that's about it. Haven't done much literature recently because I hadn't had the chance to read much literature. I did a video for 40k last. I did the Eisenhorn series. I'll do another video on the Eisenhorn series when I finish the entire thing. Well, the 3 books. The 4th one I will read, but eventually. Yeah, look at that. I'm playing for 1.5k combined on average. 100% of Mark of Excellence is 1.5. Currently, it's going to go up when I get closer to it. But at the same time, like, I'm playing better than, like, the vast majority, if not all of the players, in the last 2 weeks with this thing. I'm not saying I'm the best player on EU with this, I'm just saying I'm playing close to the level of the best couple of players with this vehicle specifically over the last 2 weeks. The reason it's at 58% right now is because I've only done 38 battles with it. You can third mark a tank in less, true. You can third mark a tank in like 50 battles, 60 battles, easily. I'm not that good, but what I'm saying is my average performance is bloody amazing. Either way, I'm going to continue doing this. It's a really fun game. Economy's busted, honestly. Don't like it. They're squeezing money out of every player as much as they can, but at the same time, I've invested so much money into this game and so much time that at this point, you don't really think about it logically. Either way, I don't think I'm close to marking the Panther. Yes, by the way, for those of you that don't know, if you're thinking about going into World of Tanks, back into it, whatever, VK3002M is the Panther. And there's proof of this when you go to, not the vehicle statistics, which are pretty abysmal because I've had this tank for years. And one of the first tanks I got at tier 6, so don't look too much into it. Vehicle details. Man design was preferred. The tank eventually entered service as the Panzerkampfwagen 5 Panther. With no changes. This is the historical Panther. The Panther that is actually in the game that goes after this one, which I also have, is literally the same vehicle, stock. When you upgrade it with this turret and this ridiculous gun that the Panther never had, it turns into some sort of paper tank that is weird. Kind of fun to play, honestly, not that bad. The rate of fire is kind of ridiculous on it, but DPM not so great. Matter of fact, this tank has more DPM, probably because of the crew, but either way. I'm talking too much about World of Tanks. It's a fun game, I enjoy it, honestly. What more is there to say? Yeah, that's it about the channel. We also have channel memberships. It's the season of gifting, and if you want to gift your favorite content creator something, then go and buy them something, because sure as hell it's not me. Like, self-appreciating jokes aside, channel membership is there, Patreon donations are there. If you have some extra coin, you want to toss it my way, feel free. If not, all of my content will forever be free. I do not paywall anything. There is a Patreon page, there is stuff on it, but it's all stuff that you can see in community posts, it's all stuff that you can see on the channel here. There is a Discord which you can join for free. You don't have to be a patron, you don't have to be a member or anything. It's there. It has like a dozen or so members on it. It's kind of dead. I mean, it's kind of dead. It is pretty dead. There's not a lot going on there. Occasionally I post stuff. I've posted the World of Tanks referral link if you are interested in something like that. I've posted a couple of songs that I found. I found my own bloody theme song, which I still haven't gotten to use in a video, unfortunately, but I will eventually. Made by a phenomenal gentleman from Canada, and I've talked to the actual artist and everything. It's all cleared. It was phenomenal, really. So yeah, we have a Discord channel too if you want to join it. But other than that, that's pretty much it. I mean, thank you all, obviously, for the tremendous support this year. I think it kind of makes sense because everyone's home, everyone's in isolation, and you don't go out much, so it would make sense that YouTube channels would grow. But that makes sense for the big YouTube channels, right? Maybe for some medium YouTube channels. For the smaller guys down here, there's no real rule of thumb, so you never really know. However, it was the rule for me. I mean, again, partially because of that video, partially because of maybe some other things that I've done. Made a couple of other videos that did surprisingly well. So yeah, it's it was honestly quite shocking when I saw my subscriber count jump by around 200%. I was like, okay, this is kind of scary. This is getting somewhere, and it now sort of stabilized and leveled off at about 6,000, which, you know, I'm elated about. I think a lot of people don't quite realize this. It's like, oh, it's like, what? It's like 10,000 subscribers, 6,000 subscribers. Who cares? Like, you don't have 1 million. You don't understand. 1 million this is your job now. This is not my job. This is something I do on the weekends or when I have time for fun because I enjoy talking to myself and putting it up on YouTube and entertaining people. It's not a job. 1 million subscribers, 100,000 subscribers, hell, probably, you know, probably maybe a little bit under 100,000 still, and it's a job. Especially with the new tax system and everything, like, yeah, it's going to take a little bit more than that, maybe. It used to take less, but now with the new taxes and everything, I pay taxes twice, by the way. I pay taxes about 25% to the US, and I've paid around, probably around 10 to 20% here. It's not that bad over here because I don't earn much, but if I do earn more, I'm going to have to pay more than 50% tax here, so it's ridiculous. Which is why I'm kind of glad I don't earn that much anyway, but think about stuff like that and be depressed. Whatever the case may be, though, and however much I end up earning, it's still a hobby. It's still something I would do either way. It's still something that I just do because I enjoy. And yeah, that's not going to change regardless of subscribers, regardless of what I record. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you have any questions about me, the channel, anything, please feel free to ask down in the comments below. I'm here for you all as always, and yeah, hope to see you around in various recordings and episodes of Let's Plays that interest you. If not that, then maybe some literature videos, maybe some of the first impressions and stuff, which I really should be doing a little bit more of. But anyways, I think that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you very much for watching, ladies and gents. Like, subscribe down below if you enjoyed the video and want to stay tuned with the rest of the content that I produce here on the channel. Till next time, have fun, take care, and bye-bye.